The 2024 election results are in, and the BJP finds itself once again in the familiar yet challenging position of leading a coalition government. While the mandate signifies public trust in Modi's leadership, it also brings to the forefront the delicate act of balancing the aspirations of its allies with its own national agenda. The NDA, a coalition forged over decades, now sees its constituents flexing their political muscle, seeking greater influence in the new government. This political drama unfolds with the nation watching, curious about the implications for governance and policy direction in the years to come. The BJP's success, while built on a strong wave of popular support, is also undeniably linked to the stability and credibility offered by its alliance partners. Regional heavyweights, with their own loyal voter bases, lend crucial electoral weight to the NDA's overall tally. This intricate web of alliances, though electorally beneficial, presents a unique set of challenges. Each ally, emboldened by its contribution to the victory, arrives at the negotiating table with its own set of expectations. These expectations, ranging from key ministerial portfolios to influence over policy decisions, are now the focus of intense backroom parleys. This intricate dance of coalition politics is not new to India. The history of Indian governance, particularly in the decades following liberalization, is replete with examples of coalition governments. These governments, while representing the true diversity of India's electorate, have often been criticized for instability and policy paralysis. The constant need to appease coalition partners, critics argue, often takes precedence over decisive action and long-term vision. As the BJP navigates this complex political landscape, it carries the weight of these historical lessons. The coming weeks will be crucial for the BJP. Its ability to strike a balance between accommodating the aspirations of its allies and maintaining its own political identity will determine the stability and effectiveness of the new government. A repeat of the policy paralysis that plagued some previous coalition governments could erode public trust and hamper India's progress. The BJP's challenge lies in forging a path that leverages the strengths of its alliance while ensuring a cohesive and decisive government capable of delivering on its promises to the nation. At the heart of the NDA's post-election negotiations lie the specific demands of its allies. These demands, often rooted in regional aspirations and political calculations, provide a glimpse into the complex dynamics within the coalition. The Telugu Desam Party, TDP, a key player in Andhra Pradesh, has made its intentions clear: a significant share in the central government, commensurate with its electoral contribution. Regional parties like the TDP, with their fingers on the pulse of their respective states, often view participation in the central government as an opportunity to further regional development agendas. The Janata Dal, United, a crucial ally in the politically significant state of Bihar, presents another set of considerations for the BJP. Navigating the complex caste equations and developmental needs of Bihar requires a deft political touch, and the JDU, under the leadership of seasoned politician Nitish Kumar, is keenly aware of its leverage in these negotiations. Securing key ministerial portfolios, particularly those related to infrastructure and agriculture, is likely to be high on the JDU's list of priorities. These are but a few examples of the intricate tapestry of demands that the BJP must navigate. Each ally, driven by its own set of calculations and compulsions, adds to the complexity of the situation. Smaller regional players, while wielding less individual influence, understand the power of collective bargaining. Their demands, often focused on specific regional projects or policy concessions, cannot be ignored by the BJP in its quest to form a stable and functional government. The BJP's challenge lies in finding a formula that accommodates the aspirations of its allies without compromising on its core ideological commitments. The party must strike a delicate balance between acknowledging the regional aspirations represented by its allies and pursuing its national agenda. The negotiations, often conducted behind closed doors, are a test of political acumen and strategic foresight. The outcome of these negotiations will determine not just the composition of the new government, but also its ability to govern effectively. To understand the current political maneuvering within the NDA, it is essential to delve into the annals of India's political history. Coalition politics, a defining feature of Indian democracy, particularly in the post-liberalization era, offers a rich tapestry of precedents for the demands now being placed before the BJP. From the early days of coalition governments in the late 1980s to the more recent experiences of the United Front and UPA governments, history provides valuable insights into the dynamics of power sharing and the art of managing competing interests within a coalition. One of the most striking examples of coalition demands shaping governance can be observed in the demands made by regional parties during the United Front government's tenure in the late 1990s. Regional satraps, emboldened by their newfound influence at the center, extracted significant concessions from the ruling coalition. These concessions ranged from ministerial berths to the allocation of crucial resources for their respective states. The United Front government, while short-lived, demonstrated the potential for regional parties to exert significant influence over national policy in a coalition setting. The subsequent UPA government, led by the Congress Party, also grappled with the complexities of coalition dharma. The left parties, despite not being part of the government, wielded considerable influence over policy decisions, particularly on issues related to economic reforms and social welfare. Their opposition to certain economic policies forced the UPA government to recalibrate its approach and seek alternative paths to implement its agenda. This period underscored the delicate balancing act required in a coalition government, where even parties outside the formal power structure can exert significant influence. These historical precedents highlight the challenges and opportunities inherent in coalition politics. On the one hand, coalitions can give voice to diverse regional aspirations and ensure greater representation of various sections of society. On the other hand, the constant need to appease coalition partners can lead to policy compromises, delays in decision-making, and even political instability. The BJP, drawing upon these historical lessons, must navigate the current round of negotiations with a keen understanding of the complexities involved in balancing its own vision with the aspirations of its allies. As the BJP engages in intense negotiations with its allies, the implications for governance and public policy come sharply into focus. The distribution of ministerial portfolios, often seen as the most tangible manifestation of power within a government, has a direct bearing on the direction of policy. Key ministries like finance, home, and external affairs, entrusted to capable hands, are crucial for effective governance. The allocation of these portfolios within a coalition framework, however, becomes a delicate balancing act, often influenced by political considerations. Beyond the allocation of ministries, the very process of decision-making within a coalition government can impact governance. Consensus building, while essential for the smooth functioning of any coalition, can sometimes come at the cost of swift and decisive action. The need to accommodate diverse viewpoints can lead to delays in crucial policy decisions, potentially hindering progress on critical issues facing the nation. The BJP's ability to forge a cohesive decision-making structure within the NDA will be crucial for effective governance. Furthermore, the ideological underpinnings of the BJP and its allies, while broadly aligned, might reveal subtle differences on specific policy issues. Reconciling these differences without compromising the core principles of the coalition will require astute political maneuvering. The success of the BJP in navigating these ideological nuances will determine the coherence and consistency of the government's policy direction. The Indian electorate, having reposed its faith in the NDA, eagerly awaits the formation of a stable and effective government. The nation's progress hinges on the government's ability to address pressing challenges, from economic growth to social justice. The BJP's challenge lies in harnessing the collective strength of the coalition while ensuring that governance remains efficient, transparent, and accountable to the people. Adding another layer of complexity to the NDA's internal dynamics is the interplay between veteran leaders and the aspirations of a new generation of politicians. Seasoned politicians, with their decades of experience and established support bases, bring invaluable expertise to the table. However, their aspirations for key positions within the government often intersect with the ambitions of younger leaders, eager to make their mark on the national stage. The BJP itself faces the task of balancing the experience of its veteran leaders with the dynamism of its younger cadre. The old guard, having steered the party through various electoral battles and political storms, possesses a deep understanding of the intricacies of governance. However, the party also recognizes the need to provide space and opportunity for its younger leaders to rise through the ranks. Balancing these competing aspirations while ensuring a cohesive and united front will be crucial for the BJP's long-term success. This dynamic is further amplified within the NDA, where regional parties often witness similar generational transitions. Veteran leaders, having built their parties from the ground up, are often reluctant to relinquish control, even as younger leaders within their ranks grow increasingly restless. This internal power struggle within regional parties adds another dimension to the NDA's negotiations, as the BJP must navigate not only the demands of its allies, but also the internal dynamics within each party. The rise of younger leaders within the NDA presents both opportunities and challenges. On the one hand, these leaders, often with their finger on the pulse of the younger generation, bring fresh perspectives and innovative ideas to the table. Their ability to connect with the aspirations of a young and aspirational India could be crucial for the NDA's long-term electoral success. On the other hand, their ambition, if not carefully managed, could lead to internal power struggles and destabilize the coalition. At the helm of this intricate political chess game stands Narendra Modi, the BJP's master strategist. Modi's political acumen, honed over decades of navigating the complexities of Indian politics, will be tested as he seeks to forge a cohesive and functional government from the diverse aspirations of the NDA's constituents. His ability to balance the demands of seasoned allies with the ambitions of rising stars, while remaining true to the BJP's core ideology, will determine the trajectory of Indian politics for the foreseeable future. Modi's approach to coalition politics has often been characterized by a blend of pragmatism and firmness. He understands the importance of accommodating the interests of allies, but not at the cost of compromising on the BJP's core principles. This delicate balancing act requires a deep understanding of the political landscape, a willingness to engage in dialogue, and the ability to make tough decisions when necessary. One of Modi's key strengths lies in his ability to build personal rapport with leaders across the political spectrum. This ability to connect with individuals, understand their concerns, and find common ground has been instrumental in holding the NDA together despite ideological differences. Building consensus, however, does not necessarily mean acquiescing to every demand. Modi has shown a willingness to stand his ground on issues of principle, even if it means taking tough decisions that might not please all allies. The coming weeks will test Modi's political skills like never before. He must forge a path that accommodates the aspirations of NDA allies while ensuring a cohesive and decisive government capable of delivering on its promises to the nation. The nation watches, eager to see how this master strategist navigates the complex world of coalition politics once again. As the political drama unfolds behind closed doors, the Indian public watches with a mix of anticipation and anxiety. The outcome of these negotiations will have a direct bearing on their lives, impacting everything from economic policies to social welfare programs. The electorate, having exercised its democratic right, now awaits the formation of a government that reflects its aspirations and addresses its concerns. The stability of the new government is paramount in the minds of many. A repeat of the fractured mandates and short-lived governments that characterized some periods in India's political history would be detrimental to the nation's progress. The public yearns for a government that can provide a clear vision for the future and implement policies with decisiveness and continuity. Beyond stability, the electorate also seeks a government that is sensitive to its needs and aspirations. Economic growth, employment generation, quality education, affordable healthcare, and social justice remain top priorities for millions of Indians. The new government will be judged on its ability to deliver on these fronts and improve the lives of ordinary citizens. The coming weeks will reveal whether the NDA can rise to the challenge and provide the decisive leadership that the nation deserves. The public's trust, hard-earned and precious, hinges on the government's ability to deliver on its promises and steer the nation towards a brighter future. The NDA's ongoing negotiations could unfold in several ways, each with its own set of implications for the future of Indian politics. One scenario envisions a smooth and swift resolution, with the BJP successfully accommodating the aspirations of its allies while retaining control over key ministries and policy decisions. This outcome would project an image of unity and stability, boosting investor confidence and allowing the government to hit the ground running. However, a protracted negotiation process, marked by public disagreements and posturing, could create an impression of instability and raise concerns about the government's ability to function effectively. Such a scenario could erode public trust and embolden opposition parties, potentially leading to a more fragmented political landscape in the future. Another potential outcome involves the BJP taking a more assertive stance, setting clear boundaries on what it is willing to concede to its allies. While this approach might lead to some initial friction, it could ultimately strengthen the BJP's hand by establishing its dominance within the coalition and allowing it to pursue its agenda more decisively. The implications of these various scenarios extend beyond the immediate political landscape. A stable and decisive government would bode well for India's economic prospects, attracting foreign investment and driving growth. Conversely, political uncertainty could spook investors and hinder economic progress. The coming weeks will be crucial for the BJP and its allies. The choices they make will shape not only the contours of the new government, but also the trajectory of Indian politics for years to come. The nation holds its breath, hoping for a resolution that prioritizes stability, governance, and the well-being of its citizens.